Today I want to bring your attention to the advent of code, a collection of 25 programming puzzles spread over the first 25 days of December. So for the first puzzle we're given a text file containing 200 numbers, and we're supposed to find the two entries that sum to 2020 and then multiply those two numbers together. Okay, so let's start with our text file and slurper just as above. And now the first thing that we have to do is split this long string containing line breaks into individual strings, right? And we do that with the split lines function, which looks like this. Simply uses a simple regular expression to split over the line breaks, and then we get 200 elements. Are there indeed 200? Yeah, 200 elements. Okay, now we have a vector of strings, but of course we want some sequence of numbers in order to be able to calculate with them. So let's try to map the integer parseInt function. Unfortunately, integer parseInt is a Java method, and Java methods are not Clojure functions. They are not objects that implement the Ipython interface. So what we have to do is, wrap this in a Clojure function, and of course we don't want to forget to pass the parameter, right? Okay, this is just the shorthand notation for functions. Okay, cool. So now we have our 200 numbers. Maybe let's already abstract this into a function. Let's say read numbers given a file name, and then replace the string with the file name. Now we have a nice little function, and then we can call that function with our example text file, and it still works. That's great. Okay, cool. So maybe let's say we want to bind the result of that call to a variable called numbers, so we can work with it. And then as a first slow solution, a quadratic solution, we could simply loop over the numbers twice, right? So the for is not an imperative for loop like in other languages. It's a for comprehension or list comprehension or sequence comprehension. So it looks a little bit like let bindings. We can say A should loop over the numbers and B should loop over the numbers, and we are only interested in the combinations where A and B add up to 2020. Okay, and then instead of immediately multiplying the results, let's simply return the pair of A and B. Okay, we see that we found two such pairs, which are just symmetries of one another. So if we want to constrain that to a single pair, we could add an additional filter condition and say we're only interested in those solutions where A is smaller than B. Okay, and as a last step, we would replace this with a multiplication of A and B, but I don't want to spoil the final solution. Okay, of course, this quadratic solution is not quite optimal. So instead of trying every B in our little sequence of numbers and then check if the sum adds up to 2020, we could also say, well, if we know the first number, right? Let's say the first number is 914, we can calculate that the second number must be 1106, and then simply check if that number exists in the sequence. So we could say B should be 2020 minus A, okay? And then here we have to check whether B is even contained in the numbers, right? And for the lazy sequence that we get from read numbers, I don't think this will work. Yeah, contains not supported on type lazy seek, because it's not implementable in an efficient manner, right? So okay, cool. So maybe instead of a lazy sequence, let's use an eager set. And now our example works, and it's quite efficient because contains on a set is a constant time complexity, right? So this is quite efficient. Okay, So speaking of efficiency, the slurp function, as you already saw, slurps the whole contents into memory. So this isn't very memory efficient. It would be quite cool if we could have a lazy sequence of lines, if we will, right? So maybe let's implement a second version of our read numbers function. And let's say we want to open the file, again with a similar syntax to the let bindings, like this. Okay, and then inside this scope, we can use that reader, right? So we can say, what do we want to do with the reader? We want to call the line_seek function, which fortunately works with the reader and gives us a lazy sequence of the lines contained in that file. Okay, and then as a last step, maybe let me simply copy this down here. Okay, and let's quickly check if that still works. Yeah, that still works. So, of course, the overall space complexity is still not better because we have an eager set here, but that's okay. Still, we save some memory, not having to slurp the entire file into memory. Okay, and as the second part of the puzzle that says don't find 2 entries but 3 entries that sum to 2020, how would we have to change our solution? So of course we need an additional b down here, then the b changes into a c, and then we have to add this and change the b to c, and that should give us the solution for 3 numbers. Okay, and as an advanced homework, so the solutions for 2 and 3 numbers were quite similar, and you can imagine if you want to look for 4 numbers or 5 numbers, how you would have to change the solution. You could abstract over those differences with a macro, but I think for the first puzzle that would be a bit overkill. Okay, so I hope I raised your interest in the advent of code. It's still going until December 25th. You can solve the problems at any point in time. You can even do it next year, so no need to rush. And if you would like to see me solve more problems in Clojure, let me know in the comment section below.